The NFL is rigged and scripted like the WWE or the Harlem Globetrotters. These guys are literally playing pretend football. And today, I'm going to give you my very real picks for the very rigged NFL playoffs. It has been an extremely rigged, ridiculous season, and I expect the playoffs to be no different. In fact, I expect them to ramp up the rigoroni, if you will. We are going to see some rigoroni ramping uppage. All right, so I'm going to pick all the games. I'm going to simulate the playoffs with my picks. And then we're also going to get into some spreads for all the wild card games. Strap yourselves in. We're about to pick some football games. All right. Now, again, if you are going to bet on these games, do so at your own risk. I only bet small, and I do it for fun. I've been covering the rigged NFL all season. And so to keep myself entertained, I like to see if I can predict the games, predict the future. I don't bet big. I bet small. I do it just for fun. So like I said, bet at your own risk. If you lose your house on one of my picks, that's on you. It's not my fault. Okay, so now that that disclaimer's out of the way, let's pick some damn football games. All right, let's start by looking at the odds first. So the odds on these games are interesting. I am making it very simple. I'm taking the points in basically all these games. So this whole slate of games here, I'm going to make it super simple. I'm going to take the points with Seattle plus 10 points in this early game. So I'm going to take Seattle plus the 10. In the afternoon game today, I like Jacksonville plus 2. In tomorrow's games, I like the Dolphins plus 14. So those three games, I like the points. And this is where I start liking favorites. In the Vikings and Giants game, I do like Minnesota to cover the 3-point spread. You might even buy it down to 2.5 if you want, but I feel like Minnesota covers this game. I like Baltimore with the points. 8.5 points. I like Baltimore here. And I also like Dallas to cover. So I can explain a little bit of each of my picks. So as far as Seattle is concerned, the 49ers are getting a ton of money. So I'm just thinking that the 49ers win the game, but Seattle covers the spread. With Jacksonville and the Chargers, I feel like they're going to put over the transformer-looking quarterback of the Jaguars. I feel like they're going to try and make the Jaguars look strong in this game, and I feel like the public's going to bet more on the Chargers. So I think Trevor Lawrence gets the nod today. Jaguars win. You might not even need the points, but you might as well take them just to be safe. So Jaguars with the points. Dolphins, I figure everyone expects the Dolphins to get their clock cleaned. Everyone expects Buffalo to just beat them down. So if it's even slightly close, if it's even within 14 points, you can cover this. So I feel like the public is sleeping on the Dolphins playing a close game. So Buffalo does win, but Miami could very well cover. I'm taking the points. With Minnesota, I like the narrative here that they've been winning games just barely. And so I think this week against the Giants, there's a ton of people betting on the Giants. Lots of New Yorkers betting on their team. So I feel like the Vikings win and cover this spread. Baltimore and Cincinnati, I feel like the public's going to be all over Cincinnati. So I'm taking Baltimore, just figuring that nobody's going to bet Baltimore. And so the NFL has to script some of these games to go the opposite way of the public money. They have to. So that's the way I'm pretty much betting on all these. And as far as the Cowboys and going up against Tom Brady. It's a tricky bet to bet against Tom Brady. So I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady. Actually, I am. I said that wrong. Normally, I wouldn't bet against Tom Brady. That's what I meant to say. Today, I am. Today, I'm betting against Tom Brady here in the playoffs, and I'm going to take Dallas to win and cover the spread. Okay, so now that we got through the spreads, I'm going to go ahead and get into the regular playoffs and just do a playoff prediction. Now, I know I could totally get a lot of these wrong, and everyone could talk a bunch of shit. And so here's what could happen. I could get every single pick right, and I could be like, ha, I told you so. I told you I knew what was going to happen. Or I could totally get a lot of these wrong, and then you guys could come back and talk shit and tell me how much my picks were crap. And so I can't think of a more fun thing to do than open myself up to abuse, if I get these picks wrong. But here's the deal. You're not allowed to criticize my picks or say anything negative about them unless you yourself put out your own picks and pick all these games with the spread and pick all the playoffs all the way down to the Super Bowl and the winner. If you do the same thing I did, put your picks out beforehand and yours are better, then you can talk shit. So, putting it out there, if I suck at my picks and then you come back to talk shit, you have to have proof that you made picks and put them out beforehand. So you have to basically have your own video of picks or you making these picks yourself on a list or something beforehand. You have to have proof. So if you can prove that you make better picks than me, then I'll allow you to talk shit. How's that? All right. So we're going to pick all these games right here, right now. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right. I like the Bills to beat the Dolphins. I like the Bengals to beat the Ravens. I like the Jaguars to beat the Chargers. So this is going to set up the Bengals-Bills rematch, right? Which we have to have. At least I feel like that has to happen. We have to have a Bengals-Bills rematch. And so this scenario sets that up. Over in the NFC, I like the 49ers to win. Like I said, this isn't who I think is going to cover the spread. This is who I think is going to win only. All right. And I like the Vikings to win. I like the Cowboys to win. All right. In the next round, I like the Bills in an emotional victory to beat the Bengals and move on to the AFC Championship. I like the Chiefs to slip past the Jaguars and maybe even a close game in that game as well. All right, so we got Bills, Chiefs in the AFC Championship. All right, I like the 49ers to get the win over the Vikings. All right, I like the Cowboys to, all right, I got to go out on a limb here. Cowboys upset the Eagles. Make it to the NFC title game. So we have Cowboys-Niners in the NFC title game. Bills and Chiefs. All right. Bills make it to the Super Bowl riding high. There's talk of DeMar coming back to play in the Super Bowl. Oh, my God. Bills mania going into the Super Bowl. 49ers defeat the Cowboys in a very close game. All right. I expect both those games to be tight. All right, so now we get to the Super Bowl, and we have DeMar Mania. It sounds like he's going to come back and play in the Super Bowl. Oh, my God, you guys, DeMar's coming back. The public's hammering Buffalo. They are the sympathetic favorite. I'm not sure who the spread is going to favor, but I feel like the public is going to hammer Buffalo. And with the 49ers, you have this dual quarterback scenario with Purdy and Garoppolo. So they could have some sort of injury happen to Purdy or whatever, and then Garoppolo come in and save the day. 49ers have, Kittle, who's been dominant all year, Deebo Samuels, and a lot of different players who are very recognizable and marketable. And then the Bills, with the worst actor in the National Fixed League and Josh Allen and the DeMar story. Huge ratings, I would figure, for this game. And like I said, the public should be all over Buffalo. So this is where they harvest the soul of the American public. 49ers beat the Bills. Might even squash them. We might be due for a squash Super Bowl like we had in the college championship even. 49ers squash the Bills. Sorry, guys. Hamlin loses. Might even lose in the Super Bowl. The public loses. The NFL laughs all the way to the bank. They got your money. Better luck next year, suckers. And to you 49er fans, you know, they're going to be jumping up and down and cheering. Remember, it's a pretend trophy. It's rigged and scripted. It's not real football. And you weren't out there on the field playing. So you 49er fans who say, we won, we beat you, we're the best, just remember, you didn't do jack shit but sit on your couch and drink beer and yell at the TV screen. So don't include yourself in any of these teams' victories, all right? Or losses, for that matter. Remember, these guys are pretending to play football. Whatever the NFL has planned is what's going to happen. And again, these are just my picks. I'm just guessing. This is all just for fun. So don't anybody get mad at me if you bet money and lose, and don't come here and talk shit unless you can prove that you pick games better than me. And yeah, like I said, this is all just for fun, just to see if I get it right or how close I can get it. So there you go. That is my playoff picks with the spread and all the way through the Super Bowl. If next week we need to do some separate picks, if some of my picks get eliminated, I'll do a repick next week. See? So I'll get another chance to get more picks wrong. All right. I had fun today. I hope you did too. I don't know, actually. It might not be fun. If I lose all these games, then I might just have to like tear down this video and act like none of it ever happened. Oh, shit. Now you're going to screen record this and tell everybody Jake's one of those guys that tears down his picks. Now I have to leave it up. Shit. All right. Welp. Bye.